Hi everyone, today I am here to bring you a lower body focused Mat Pilates workout using a foam roller. Today we'll be using a 3-foot foam roller. Mine is of soft density, but any density that you prefer will do. I'll link the one that I'm using in the description below, but again, any foam roller you have is just perfect. Although this workout is definitely lower body focused, we'll also be using our core throughout the workout. At the end of the session, we'll also have a little bit of a fascia release section to really release the areas that we have worked through the body. As always during this workout, please feel free to modify as necessary and make this workout your own. When you're ready, let's get started. All right, guys, so let's get started standing at the edge of our mat. Feet about the width of the mat with a slight turnout if it feels good to you. Grab your foam roller between your hands, and then when you're ready, you're just going to start with a big inhale. Inhaling through the nose, and exhaling and rolling the spine down, reaching that roller towards the floor, reaching the crown of your head towards your roller. Inhale here at the bottom. Exhale, peel the spine back up, tucking the tailbone under and stacking each vertebra one on top of another. Inhale again here at the top. Exhale, round the spine forward and down. Again, crown of the head is reaching towards that roller to release the back of the neck. Pause here and then exhale, roll the spine back up again. Good, let's do one more. Inhale here, exhale, round the spine forward. Place the roller down on the floor in front of you. Bring your hands to the center of the roller if you can reach, and then we're going to walk our fingertips further out, stretching through the hamstrings and the low back, and then pull the roller in towards us, rounding the spine. Inhale and extend the spine out, lifting the tailbone, reaching long through the crown of the head, and then exhale and rounding, fingertipping that roller back towards you. We'll do 2 more here. And 1 more time. Nice. Now roll that roller away, and now gently put the palms of your hands onto it. Walk your feet in a little closer to one another, and then lower your knees down to the ground. The palms are going to be on top of the roller. Make sure you have a little bit of space behind you on the mat. Knees are close to one another here, collarbones are wide. Reach one leg out behind you, squaring the pelvis off to the floor. Take a breath, inhale, and then exhale, round the spine and pull that knee into the chest. Inhale and extend the spine nice and long, reaching the leg behind you. Exhale, rounding the spine in. Let's do 2 more here. Light pressure of the hands down on that roller. And 1 more time. Inhale out and exhale in. Place that knee down on the ground, switch to the other leg, reach it long behind you, square the pelvis. Take a breath, inhale, exhale, round the spine, pulling the knee into the chest, and then inhale and lengthen and extend the spine behind you. Think about squeezing that lifted glute. Exhale to round, inhale to lengthen. Let's do 2 more here, just warming up through that spine. And 1 more time, exhale and inhale. Place that knee back onto the ground. Let's come down to our forearms. We're going to extend our original leg back out. Now we square the pelvis. Make sure you've got even weight through both arms, and lower and lift the leg. Inhale down, exhale to lift. Think about squeezing where the glute meets the hamstring, keeping the spine nice and long. Nice job. Again, collarbones are wide. Gaze is slightly forward of the fingertips. And you're moving always at a pace that suits you. Inhale and exhale. Let's do 4 more here. And 3. And 2, keeping that spine nice and steady. Last one, we'll hold the leg up. I want you to flex the foot and bend the knee. And now press the heel up to the ceiling. Press and press and press. Keep that roller nice and steady. We've got 8 and 7 and 6. And last 4. Last 2 and 1. Now we're going to combine those two movements. So extend the leg long, pointed toe, square pelvis. Lower and lift, then flex the foot and press the heel up for 4, 3, 2 and 1. Stretch long, lower and lift, bend the knee, press 4, 3, 2, 1. Point the toe, lower lift, bend the knee, press 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round, lower lift, bend the knee, press 4, 3, 2, 1. Now point the toe, keep the leg bent, and circle the knee around. If you imagine that you have a little paintbrush on the tip of your knee, you're drawing a perfect circle around with that paintbrush for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's reverse it. Good. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. That knee can come down. You can take a brief child's pose where you sit your hips to the side you just worked and reach your hands to the other corner of the roller. Nice. And then briefly switch to the other side. And then we'll come back onto our forearms and repeat that. So forearms down, knees close. Extend the leg, square the hips, pointed toe, lift and lower. Again, I'm trying to maintain the same distance between my ribs and my hips, even as the leg lifts, so there's no overarching of the back. I'm nice and steady through the spine, so the work gets isolated in the glute and hamstring. Good. Let's do 5 more here. 4, 3, 2. Now we'll hold the leg up, flex the foot, bend the knee. Make sure your pinky toe is pulling back to your shin, and then just press that heel up to the ceiling. Squeeze and lift, squeeze and lift. Nice. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we'll combine them. Point the toe, lower lift, bend the knee, flexed foot, press 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend the leg, lower lift, bend the knee, press 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do 2 more rounds here combined. Last round, lower lift, bend the knee, press 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pointed toe and circle that knee around. Precise little circles, 4 more this way. And reverse, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Again, both knees down, knees can be wide. Sit your hips back, hands to one side, hips to the other. Nice. And quickly switch. Come back center. Let's lay down on our back now. Place the roller behind your knees. Come to the center of your mat. I want you to see if you can get your heels close enough to your glutes that you're kind of hugging that roller in. And then we're just going to do a little fingertip press onto the roller to keep it steady with our fingers. From here, you're going to tuck your tailbone under and roll the hips up. And then tuck your tailbone under and roll the pelvis down. Finding that roller with the back of the glutes again, rolling back up. Rolling back down, untucking the tailbone till you find that roller. Let's do 2 more like this. And 1 more time, keeping the thigh bones parallel. Now keep the hips up and little pulses up here, squeezing the glutes, pressing the big toe and the pinky toe side of your feet actively down into the floor. Nice. 8, 7, 6. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now roll the spine down, push the roller forward a little bit further so the arches of your feet can be on the roller. Bring your feet and your knees fairly close to one another. Arms down by the sides. That was our practice round with our feet on the floor. If you wanted to repeat that with feet on the floor, go for it. Otherwise, feet are on your roller. This time we're not articulating, we're just lifting the hips and then tapping the hips. Lots of work through the hamstrings and the glutes, lifting and tapping. Make any adjustments you need on that roller as far as distance from the hips. Nice job. Let's do 4 more here. Squeeze. 3, 2, relax your feet. Last time. Now, hold the hips up. Shift your weight into one of your feet. Bring the other knee into tabletop. Then slowly bring that foot down. Transition nice and smoothly to the other side. Lift and tap. Lift, keep those hips nice and steady, and tap. Good. 4, 3, 2. Now leave one knee up and little press up, up. If you'd like to extend the toe to the ceiling, do it. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Transition to the other side and lift. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll the spine down. Move that roller fairly far away from you. You can do this exercise with your feet flat on the floor. I'm going to try with my heels on the roller. So with the roller further away, this exercise will lift our hamstrings more than our glutes. Okay, so the further you can go away without being fully straight legs and without the roller sliding is perfect. Arms down by your sides, little hover of the hips, and tap, and hover, and tap. Now my feet are fairly close to one another. Nice, let's do 4 more here. Really working into the belly of the hamstring. On this last one, let's hold our hips up. I just want you to hold here. Focus on those hamstrings. Protect the back by engaging the core. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now pulse the hips up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and we're going to end with full range. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. You've just got 6 more. You're doing great. Exhale on the lift. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Very nice. All right. Walk that roller so the backs of your ankles can rest completely. Inhale your arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, peel your spine forward. Use your hands on the back of your thighs for support if necessary. And roll your spine up. Take a big, forward fold over your legs, relaxing the hamstrings for a moment. Nice job. All right, roll the spine up. Let's turn sideways. I'm going to take the roller underneath my waistline for support. I'm coming down onto my forearm. If this feels uncomfortable, if it's too hard against your ribs, use a small ball instead. I'm going to keep my bottom knee bent. I'm going to extend my top leg long, and I'm going to lift and lower that top leg up and down. Now what the roller does is does not allow your ribs to sink as the leg lifts. So you might find that the movement of the leg is small, but it will be precise. So don't worry about it if it's small. It's targeted to the outer hip, to that medial side of the glute. Good. So range does not matter on this exercise. I'd like your hips stacked and the toe reaching long across the room. Good. Top hand can rest nicely on the roller, or it can be behind your head. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold that leg up and circle. Again, we're back to those perfect little circles for 8, 7, and reverse it. Let's combine these two. So lower lift 2 times, circle front, circle back, down, up, circle front, circle back, down, up, circle front, circle back. 2 more, down, up, 1, 2, last time, down, up, forward, back, hold, turn your knee towards the ceiling, reach your top arm towards the ceiling as well, pull your knee in, and then stretch. Knee and stretch. When I stretch my arm overhead, I'm coming back to a position where my hips are stacked. When I bring my knee in, I'm rotating my hips slightly back in space so my elbow can find my knee. Last 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Very nice job. Come all the way up. Flip it over to the other side. Take a moment with your feet together and your knees apart to release your hips. You can waggle those knees around a little bit in butterfly. And then we'll flip it over. Again, that roller is going underneath your waistline. Your forearm is going down to the floor. Collarbones are wide, bottom knee is bent, top leg extended, hips are stacked. Reach long through the leg, and when you're ready, we lift and lower. Good. Excuse my voice today. I'm getting over like a cold. It's never ending. Go to a school concert, come back with a cold. Good. Nice job. You might still be feeling your bottom hip from the previous side, and that's normal. If you need to take a break, take a break. That's it. Let's do 4 more. I don't usually call breaks unless we're at the end of a set, but always feel that you can take them when you need them. You can always pause the video or just come back in when you're ready. Sometimes you might just need 1 or 2 seconds to reset. Now hold that leg up, circle the leg forward, tiny little circles, 8, 7, 6, and reverse it for 8, 7, oh my, 6, definitely feeling it, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to combine them. So we lift and lower twice, and then circle forward and circle back. 1, 2, forward, back. 1, 2, forward, back. Let's do 4 more sets. And 3. Last 2. Keep exhaling the breath. It will help when it gets tough. And last 1. Forward, back. Oh, now turn your knee slightly up to the ceiling. Arm reaches up, bend the knee, and then stretch. And bend, and reach, and bend, and reach. Nice. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Very nice job. All right, we're gonna have a little lay down on this roller for a moment. So I'm gonna take the base of my shoulder blades onto the roller so that I can cross one ankle over the other thigh and rock my knees slightly side to side. You can have your hands back behind your head for support. I just want to release that outer hip for a moment before we move on to a little inner thigh work. And switch, rocking knees right and left. Nice. All right, we're gonna roll back onto our original side. Take your roller with you. Now the initial setup for this next series can be a little difficult, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your leg, the leg that's forward towards the front edge of the mat, you're gonna extend it, and you're gonna take your roller right below your ankle bone against your foot. You can be a little higher than the ankle bone, a little lower than the ankle bone, and then you're coming down to your forearm. You could also be down on your upper arm, okay? My back knee is pointing up to the ceiling with the foot flat on the floor. My top hand is anchored into the other end of the roller. I'm going to put some gentle pressure between my foot lifting and my hand pressing down, so I also already feel active in the inner thigh. My foot is flexed. Now I'm lifting and lowering. We're keeping these exercises quite simple just so that we don't lose that roller, but if you do happen to lose it, take your time, get it back. Worst case scenario, you do this work without the roller and just lift and lower your leg in space. Also a fine choice. Arm and leg work together here. You've got 5 more, 4 more. Now you're holding your leg up and you're pulsing. For 8, 7, try to press out of your forearm for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now listen, little bend and kick through the heel. Bend the leg and press. Keeping that heel up as high in space as you can. For 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now we repeat. Lower and lift, full range. Down and up. I'm about to lose it. You've got 4 more. 3 more. 2, and 1. Now little pulse. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. Last exercise, bend, press. Press through the heel. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Take your bottom leg, draw it in underneath you, lean over towards it, and give that inner thigh and hip a break. Exhale the breath. Come on up. Let's roll it around. Same thing, other side. So again, my front leg is extended. I'm taking the roller above or below the ankle bone, really whatever feels most secure. And then forearm down on the mat. Back leg, the knee is pointed straight up to the ceiling. The hand is putting pressure down, the foot is putting pressure up. And now we're lifting and lowering in a full range. Nice. Let's do 8 more here. 8, 7. Last 4. And now we hold the foot up, little pulse. 8, 7, 6. Now we've got that little bend press, so you do a little bend of the elbow and then press through the heel. Go as slow as you need. Make it precise here. Nice. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's repeat. Down, up, full range. For 4, 3, 2, and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, bend, press. Last 8, 7, 6, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roller can go down in any fashion. Bend your bottom knee in, rotate towards it, find that stretch. Nice. All right, come on up. We've got one more little series for those inner thighs. So let's peel our spine back onto the mat. You can grab your roller end to end, tuck your tailbone under, roll it back. Once you're down on your back, take that roller between the ankles, between the feet. I am short, so this is a wide stance for me. If it feels uncomfortable for you, you could use a shorter roller, you could use a smaller ball, arms down by the sides. Now I'm just gonna hug, release, hug into the roller, release. I can already feel my inner thighs from that last set. I'm keeping my knees straight. Let's do 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now hold a little squeeze on the roller and rock it right and left, like you're steering a car, a very large steering wheel. Around, 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 around. Hip shift slightly. You've got 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now widen your hands, constant pressure on the roller. Rock the legs over to one side. Exhale, back center. Inhale over the other way. Exhale, back center. Using those core muscles, using your inner thighs. Keeping tension on the roller on both feet. Last one. Come center, little bend and stretch, bend and stretch. 5, 4, 3, small movement, 2, and 1. Now we end with our press and hold. Press and hold, release. Press and hold, release. Last 4. Exhale, 3, exhale, 2, exhale, 1, and release. Grab that roller, feet on the floor together. You can just hold that roller on your belly. Let your knees rock side to side. Beautiful. Now we are going to transition into our release work. I'd love you to stay for that, working out the outer thighs, the inner thighs, so that you can come back stronger and quicker. If you can't stay for our release work, please subscribe, share, and join our membership to get more access to more workouts. When you're ready, reach your feet long, hands to the ceiling. Let's peel the spine up again and take the roller back behind you on the mat. We're going to prop our hips up onto the roller. So you're sitting on here, right kind of behind the sacrum or forward of the sacrum. Hands come behind you on the floor, and then cross one ankle over the other thigh. We're going to rock our knees to the side of the leg that's crossed, and then we're rolling back and forth. Nice. Take your time with this. If you find a particularly sensitive spot, you can stop and hold for a few moments, and then move back and forth again. So you don't want to hold in one spot for too long, but just long enough to feel those muscles start to release. Good. Nice. Different areas of your body might feel more intense when you're doing fascia release than others. For me, my outer hips and my calves are just so sensitive. So take your time over those sensitive areas. You kind of want to roll 30 to 60 seconds on any one spot, and then move on. So from here, we're going to shift to the other side, crossing the opposite ankle, turning the knees towards that side, rocking the hips towards that side as well, and then rolling forward and back. Side to side might feel different as well. This side for me is way less sensitive than the other, although still does feel fairly intense. Nice. Keep on going here. Good. And release. Let's sit down behind the roller. Roll the roller forward so it's underneath your knees. Take your hands behind you. We're going to prop our hips up, which is a little bit of work for our upper body. And then we're going to roll ourselves forward over the hamstrings and back. You can do this with the legs parallel to one another, playing around with externally rotating and internally rotating the legs to hit the hamstrings in a slightly different manner. If you need a little more intensity, you can cross one ankle over the other so that you're releasing one hamstring at a time. Nice. If you've crossed your ankles, switch to the other side. Beautiful. And then have a seat. Because we're here and it feels somewhat good, we're going to move to our calves. So the roller is going to go right above the ankles. Again, feet can be parallel to one another, or you can play around with crossing the ankles. I'm not going to cross my ankles on this one because my calves are quite sensitive. I'm just going to work my legs parallel. And you'll just rock forward and back. Again, playing around with externally rotating and internally rotating the legs to release the gastroc in slightly different ways. Nice job. Woo woo. Okay, release when you've had enough. For me, that's enough. And then we're going to roll over onto our hands and knees to roll out the thighs. So start with the roller right at your pelvis. Come down to your forearms, and now you're going to just start kind of army crawling forward so that the roller rolls down the muscular part of your thighs and back. Again, crossing one ankle is a great idea here. Rocking your hips to one side to work the outer and the inner edges of the quad. Now I'm in the camp that I do not roll my IT band. That's that sinewy band down the side of your leg. I like to roll in front and behind it, but I prefer not to roll across it because I feel that because it's not a muscle, we don't want it to stretch per se, but we do want to release the connective tissue that runs into the IT band. So I'll roll slightly forward of it. I'll roll slightly behind, but for me, I don't roll across. Nice. When you've had enough of that, walk yourself back. Hands onto the roller. Roll the roller forward. Take a nice release for the spine. Forehead can come down to the floor if you'd like. Pausing here, maybe rolling forward and back slightly. Nice. And then when you're ready, rolling all the way up. Good. And you guys are done. I hope you love that foam roller workout. Let me know down in the comments and questions below what you'd like to see next, what you thought of this workout. And as always, again, subscribe, share, join the membership for more. I did just post another foam roller workout on the springboard, which is intense and feels great. So I will see you again soon. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.